6:01. I'm going to call the meeting to order. This is a special meeting of the Danville Board of Directors on Thursday, March 10th. And we have a quorum of 4. Our current, the people that are here, I'm Clayton Cargill, Chair. And could the rest of you please introduce yourself for the record, board members? Dave's muted.
Dave Cole, Vice Chair. Thank you.
Molly Gleason, Clerk.
And Melissa Conley.
Oh.
So we got to figure that out. We're all echoing.
Oh, that's probably me. Hold on, I can fix it. Is that better?
Let's see. Melissa, talk again. Melissa, say some more words.
This is Melissa Conley saying more words. That sounds better.
Okay.
There's Tim.
Tim, we're doing attendance and you're the last guy to say you're here. Tim, are you here?
I'm here.
Tim Sanborn. So we have all 5 members of the school board. We'll have Superintendent Mark Tucker, Principal, Elementary Principal Sarah Welch, Upper School Principal Dave Schilling, prospective Upper School Principal in waiting, Mr. Larry Fliegelman in attendance, and a couple of panelists. Thanks for coming, everybody. The first item on our agenda, as always, is additions and changes to the agenda. Do I have anybody has an addition or change to the agenda for tonight?
I do have an addition. I'd like to add an enrollment request from Jasmine Dunbar.
And Clayton, I think it's, under the circumstances, I think it's okay to hear that in open session. There's nothing controversial about it.
Okay, so so that won't be an executive session. You think that'll be an open session?
Yeah, I don't think we need to go. I don't think it qualifies for executive session because we're not going to be confidential information. It just relates to move and a request to stay for the rest of the year. So,
okay, so we're going to add to the agenda after under board business. We're going to add. I guess this is under other business, and this is a request from a student or a request from a parent.
This was originally a request from a parent. The student is here to represent herself tonight.
Student request, parent request.
It was made. The request was originally made from the parent to me, and the student's available to say what she wants to say.
Okay, so excellent. Okay, anybody else have any other additions to the agenda? Failing that, we're on to board business. And the only item on the board business agenda for tonight is principal new hire recommendation by the superintendent. So we have some discussion and a potential approval. And so should I turn this over to Mark for the discussion, or should I turn it to Sarah for the to talk about how the committee was formed, who was on the committee, and et cetera? Which way should that go first? Sarah? Sarah, I'll go to you first.
Why don't I make the recommendation?
That'd be great. Okay.
And then we can do that as part of the discussion. So thank you, everybody. I won't try not to steal any of Sarah's thunder around how the process for how we got to where we are, but I'm very happy tonight to be introducing to the school board Mr. Larry Fliegelman, who has accepted my offer pending your approval to be the next secondary principal of Danville School. I'm gonna maybe embarrass Larry a little bit because I got such a kick out of this. I asked Larry to send me a bio for a press release, and what he sent me was something that his 16-year-old son wrote, and I think this is very will tell you a lot about Larry. So this is what Larry's son wrote, and Larry sent to me. Quote, Larry's excited for this opportunity and to be part of the Danville community. He's been a principal since 2007, first in Massachusetts, then Walcott, and currently in Brownington, where he was also the co-principal of the Orleans Central Supervisory Union Remote Academy, and that was last year. Larry works hard to create a student-centered, respectful learning climate, and he enjoys mentoring and coaching other principals. Larry lives in an old East Hardwick farmhouse with his wife Jennifer, his children Jonah and Manny, 2 cats, a dog, and too many mice. Which are and I think you're going to come to find that says that introduction of Larry says a lot about him. And you'll learn more about him as time goes on. But I'm really pleased that we found somebody with Larry's experience, Larry's sensitivity and awareness of kids, his focus on kids, which is the whole reason that any of us are here. And I think, although I've said he has big shoes to fill, stepping in for Dave Schilling, but I think he'll do that. And he's not going to make us forget Dave Schilling, but I think he's going to be an extension of the work that Dave has started here at Danville School and done over the last 4 years. And I think Dave's leaving the secondary responsibilities in good hands, or turning them over to good hands. And Larry's got a strong system to pick up. So I'm recommending Larry to you to approve his hire tonight, and I'll let Sarah talk about how we got here.
Thanks. Yeah, before I do that, I want to echo that I'm specifically really excited to have a new partner, but I'm very excited to have somebody with the level of experience that you're bringing to Danville, Larry. So welcome. We're excited. So Mark and I, as we work to figure out who to form and how to form this committee, we first off relied upon our school leadership team, specifically the middle school and high school representatives. All of them participated in that, which included 2 parents of middle school and high school students, which was really nice. We had 2 8th grade boys that were part of the committee the whole way through. Clayton was part of the committee as well. And then we also asked our middle school special educator to join. I think that's a really important perspective to make sure that we're bringing to the table. And so he joined that team. So we had a team of about 11 to work through who we were going to interview, and bringing that process forward. And as we did our first round of interviews, I mean, Larry very much stood out as someone to bring back into our school. And when he came and visited Danville last week, people really enjoyed him. Students, he met with a pretty big crew of our high school students, and talked through some just very diverse questions about what his philosophy would be over the coming years if he were to take that position. And then he met with a little more of a goofier middle school crew, but asked some similar questions. And they all really were excited and thought he seemed like a good person to help lead Danville. And he met many, if not, I mean, most of our middle school and high school staff. And I heard some great feedback that afternoon and the next day about excitement for bringing him in. So I'm definitely echoing that we're hoping the board will put that final stamp of approval on, because we're very excited.
Great. Can you just make sure that Molly has a copy of all the names of all the members of the people that were on the committee for the notes? That would be good. That would be good.
Yes. I mean, I could say them all if we wanted, but I can also email her if you would rather, whichever.
You might forget one, but so as was said, I sat on the committee as well. I sat in these interviews. I was impressed by Mr. Fliegelman as well. I was impressed by his ease of being and by his solid answers to the questions on difficult topics, on topics that involved children, on his ability to smile in situations where he needed a moment, and he put a smile in there. And I thought that was great. So for my part, I also agree that this was by far our best applicant, and I'm going to be happy to see him hired on. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Fliegelman or for Mark or for Sarah? Any of the board members, I mean. Nobody else here. Jasmine. I
Did you
guess we got
prepare a
Jas-
speech, Larry, by any chance, or?
Well, no, but I'm happy to speak at length on any topic. No, I did not prepare a speech. I'm just very excited,
Okay.
and I think this will be a great opportunity and a great match. It seemed like a really great school, and I'm looking forward to working with Sarah. I'm glad that David's going to be around still to pester with questions as needed, and I think it's a great opportunity. It's a great school, so I'm pretty excited.
All right, great. So we're slow walking a little bit because I'm new at this job and we have 2 new members. So that's why we're sort of spelling it out a little bit.
Sure.
In terms of everything that's going on, if nobody has any questions and we have this recommendation from the superintendent, what I'm now looking for is a motion to hire Larry Fliegelman as the upper school principal. And I don't know the length of the contract. So I can't ask, so I need that information provided to me by Mark.
So it's my intention to offer him a 2-year contract to start.
So I'm looking for a motion from one of the board members to hire Larry Fliegelman as the upper school principal for a 2-year contract.
I will make that motion.
Tim Sanborn, thank you. I have a motion. Got a second from Dave Toll. I got a motion from Tim Sanborn and a second from Dave Toll. And does anybody have anything to discuss on this matter? Since nobody has any further discussion, I'll call for a vote. All in favor of hiring Mr. Fliegelman as the upper school principal, please say aye.
Aye.
Melissa?
Aye.
Yeah. Aye. That's 4. I'll also vote yes, as mentioned. So a motion carries. And there you go.
Congratulations, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
You'll get.
Welcome to Danville.
Thank you.
I
Thank you all very much. I look forward to it.
I'll
Hey,
I'll
I'm sure
sign your
Mark will be in
contract in
touch.
the morning and you'll get it tomorrow.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Now I'm going to go on to other business. And in the other business, I've got one other item, and it's a student request, and that student is Jasmine Dunbar. And Mark,
All
you
right,
think
so
you wanna- don't
let
you think
me,
you wanna have executive session?
So I got to promote her to panelist because she's gonna,
I just did.
oh, you did? Okay. So
Yep.
where'd you go? Okay.
Um,
There's an older version of Zoom and it, so we had to move her in as a panelist, but that's fine.
Got it. So Jasmine and Tristan Dunbar are actually both here. The fun of webinars is you don't always get to see who's here now until you know. So both a parent and a student are here.
Can Tristan spell Tristan for us so that we have it right in the records? She can't hear us. We
You
want to
should
spell your
be-
name right. How do you spell
Ye-
Tristan?
Tristan.
Got it. Thank you. Welcome. How
So-
can we help you, Jasmine?
I wanted to stay at Danville because I moved to Cabot recently, and I just wanted to finish out the school year here. Hopefully.
I told Jasmine I'd provide a little bit of an introduction too.
So Dave, if you would, that'd be great.
Yep. So as Jasmine mentioned, family recently completed a move to Cabot that started in November and ended in late February, early March, with both parents moving into the house in Cabot. Jasmine has entered the lottery for school choice for next year, which is the right thing to do. But that still leaves a few months of this year. As a junior who has taken a lot of our dual enrollment classes and has really done well at Danville, Jasmine's hoping to have this year uninterrupted and then see what the lottery brings for next year. And based on the timing of the move, it was, it's tough time to finish a move, and I support her request.
Okay. So that's great. All your siblings moved to Cabot? Jasmine?
Yeah, all of them
Yeah.
did.
Mariah just started.
We missed your little sister bowling yesterday, 3rd and 4th grade. I miss seeing her. So
Madison.
does anybody have any questions about this, board members? About this request, about why it's coming? We're past the 100th day of the year. I know that as well. And she's, like I say, she's a junior. Jasmine, you're on the softball team, right?
I play soccer and usually basketball, and I was gonna play softball this year, but I'm not sure if I'm going to.
Okay. All right. So My understanding of this is that if the principal supports the request and we can do it, that we probably should. Does anybody have any objections to this, or does anybody have any questions about this procedurally? Tim or Dave, because I'm a little bit floating here. So if you want to, if you want to nudge me in a direction, I'd appreciate it.
No, I think this is a move that, I think this move makes total sense. I think with a little more than a quarter of a year left, and the way that high school classes are structured, I think you'd have a really interrupted year at this point if you didn't approve this request. So I would make a motion if we're at that point.
I think, no, I think we're largely there because because the way that we do our performance-based graduation requirements and the way Cabot does something completely different is our choices are have Jasmine stay for the rest of the year or sort of set her adrift. And I'd rather not set her adrift. So I'll accept Tim's motion. Thank you, Tim, to let Jasmine Dunbar stay for the rest of the year. I'll be looking for a second.
I'll make a second.
Thank you, Melissa Conley, for a second.
I got a comment.
Please, Dave. Oh, I'm back open for discussion. Yes, sir. Dave.
I think we've done this 10 or 12 times, and I don't think we've ever denied this type of request. So.
Okay.
I do think in our motion, we should clarify that it's the school year, not the calendar year, just for the clarification of the motion.
So the of her junior year, the June 30th.
June 30th, okay. I have a question, Clayton, when you have a minute.
Yes, Molly.
In terms of the minutes, are we putting names in the minutes, or is that something that
See,
we vote or-
No, the minutes can reflect
say
that
it's student.
the board acted on a request for a student to remain for the school year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think generally we go into the executive session to avoid saying the name out loud, but here we are, and there's her name, and she's going to be there. So, okay.
Yeah.
So what I have right now is I've got a motion on the table. I've got a second for the motion. I sort of have a murmur of general consensus, and I'm going to call for a vote now on this motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 That's 4. I'm a 5th. I'll vote yes as well. Motion carries. So there you go, Jasmine. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
good. Okay, so that's that. There's nobody left. Public input. Jasmine, do you have any public input? Nope, she bailed on me.
Oh, I just undid her, her role. For the record.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so past that, any future agenda items that we don't already have listed? I know we had one that we talked about, Mark and I, and that was I was at a different meeting, watching a meeting, trying to figure things out, and we need to name a truant officer, and we haven't been doing that. And so in an upcoming meeting, we're going to nominally name a truant officer. It's something that there's a legal statute for it, and we have not been doing it. And so we're going to do it at an upcoming meeting. Past that, I don't have anything else. And so I'll entertain.
There's a couple other things, Clayton. So we're talking
please.
with we're talking with the architects to come in for the April meeting.
Yeah, that's already on the future agenda.
Oh, okay.
We discussed that one at last week's meeting, so I don't need to, this is just one that's up in the week that I'm prepping everybody for. So there's that one. There's the board education aspect where somebody sort of shows me what I'm supposed to be doing here, and then shows Melissa and Molly what they're supposed to be doing, but they seem better at what they're doing than I am at what I'm doing. And and on we go. So I don't think I have anything else. And given that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Tim Sanborn, motion to adjourn. Can I get a second?
Second.
Molly Gleason, second. And at 6:20, we're going to adjourn this meeting. 6:20, Molly.
6:20, I got it.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Congratulations, Larry.
Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Night.